they might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he's out.
Yes, sir.
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out.
He's steaming mad.
It's been 30 years since that memorable moment. Hall of Famer George Brett, enraged after his go-ahead home run was taken away, and he was ejected after having too much pine tar on his bat.
Still fun to watch. 30 years later, Mel, that got us thinking about some of the more controversial moments in sports history that impacted the outcome of games. Outside of that pine tar game, here are 5 of the most memorable or forgettable ones, at least, depending on who you're rooting for.
Well, let's begin in the 1986 World Cup. England and Argentina faced off in the quarterfinals just 4 years earlier. The two nations were literally at war. Argentina saw this as a chance at revenge. In the 51st minute, Diego Maradona soared to the net and looked to score a goal with his hand. 3 minutes later, Maradona split the defense for another goal. Argentina held on for a 2-1 win, propelling them to World Cup title, thanks to what many still call the hand of God.
Well, also on the world stage, starting at the 1936 Summer Olympics, the United States won every single gold medal in the sport of basketball. In fact, they were 63-0 until the 1972 gold medal game against the Soviet Union. The U.S. led 50-49 with 3 seconds left. What followed after that was confusion. The Soviets got 3 attempts at an inbounds play, and the last resulted in an easy lay-in, a 51-50 Soviet victory, and the Americans with silver medals that they still have not claimed to this day.
And Evan, later that year, the Raiders and Steelers squared off in a divisional playoff game at Three Rivers Stadium. With 22 seconds left, Oakland led 7-6, and Pittsburgh faced a 4th and 10. Terry Bradshaw's pass intended for John Fuqua was deflected when Jack Tatum collided with the Steelers halfback. The ball flew backwards. Franco Harris snatched the ball out of the air just before it hit the ground. Harris outran the Raiders' defense for a touchdown, giving the Steelers their first ever playoff win, sparking a run of 4 Super Bowl titles over the next 7 years. A dynasty that began with the Immaculate Reception.
And that wasn't the only time the Raiders felt some playoff pain. Remember this, in 2002, the AFC divisional playoffs, Oakland faced the New England Patriots at a snowy Foxborough. Down 3 with less than 2 minutes to go, Tom Brady dropped back to pass, and he dropped the ball after being hit by Charles Woodson. The Raiders recovered. They thought they'd seal the win. But a new rule, the tuck rule, reversed the call on the field to an incomplete pass due to a forward motion. The Patriots would tie it with a field goal and then win it in overtime en route to winning Super Bowl 36. More than a decade later, the Raiders admit on Twitter they are still not over it.
You gotta love that. And a lot of Orioles fans aren't over the 1996 ALCS, leading the Yankees 4-3 in the 8th inning of Game 1. Derek Jeter hit a drive to right. Tony Tarasco looked to be under it until 11-year-old Jeffrey Myers stuck his glove over the fence and caught it. While it's illegal for fans to reach into the field of play, the right field ump ruled it a home run. The Yankees would go on to win the game, the series, and eventually their 23rd World Championship.
Oh, Mel, the rich get richer.
Always.
You gotta love that. Well, which controversial game do you remember the most? Send us your choice on Twitter, @YSportsEvan or @Melanie_Collins, and make sure to use the hashtag SportsDebate.
Thanks so much for watching. This is Yahoo Sports.